Hey everyone, if you're looking for the best portable car refrigerator, then this video is for you. I bought and tested 4 different car refrigerators, and I'm going to be going the pros and cons of each of them. Now keep in mind, this video isn't sponsored by any of these car refrigerators that you see right over here. It's all going to be based purely on my opinion, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first portable car refrigerator we have is from Eviation, okay? And so this to me stands out a bit more because it functions more like one of the traditional car refrigerators or coolers. So you basically just got a single handle right over here where you can single-handedly carry it. But what's also cool about this is that the wiring is actually housed inside of here, okay? So I've used my fair share of car refrigerators, and knowing where to place these is actually quite annoying. Sometimes I lose it, or sometimes it just sticks into drawers. So this nice feature where the wires actually just neatly tuck into this spot right over here actually is pretty cool. In addition to that, this is going to be able to cool down to about 40 degrees. And so with that 40 degrees, it's going to pop the lid open. This is what the car refrigerator looks like, okay? So here we have the car refrigerator. It does feel a bit cool to the touch already. It is currently working right now. And so this is going to be able to hold, I'd say maybe around, I don't know, maybe like 20 to 24 bottles or cans. And so with it, it's going to be able to store a bunch of produce, a bunch of drinks, anything that you want to actually go ahead and keep fresh. So the measurements basically are, it's around 16 inches on the side, around 15 inches width, and around 11 inches length. So one thing I did notice about this cooler though is that because it is a refrigerator, it does feel like it's a bit back heavy, but that's because that's where the motor is. So if you don't have anything in here, it feels like it can slightly tip over, although it doesn't. Okay, it still kind of falls forward. But just know that because there's a motor, it does tend to kind of be more heavy back. Now, as I mentioned before, this is easily carried by one hand. So unlike other coolers where it requires a 2-person carry or a 2-hand carry, you can easily carry this with just one hand. And so with this cooler, take it for tailgates, camping, anywhere where it's like a day trip, I think this will work just fine. The feature in which you don't need things to be frozen, but you just want to keep them cool. 40 degrees might be good enough. So I think about this as far as like if you want a one-handed cooler, one that's more taller than it is wider, definitely check this out. Now, moving on to the next cooler, we have this one from Yuhomi. So this is the 80 quart cooler, okay? So starting from the top, we do have measurements here that you can see right there. You do have 4 places for drinks. So right over here is what I'm talking about. And so you do have an inches side and you also have a centimeter side. You do also have a handle on this side for rolling this. So this does move around just by pulling on one side. In addition to that, you've got the controls on this side over here. So this is going to control the temperature. This is going to control the settings. It's going to show you how much battery is left. And it's also got a high efficiency mode and an eco mode as well. Now, in case you do need to 2-person carry this, you do have a handle on each side also. These wheels on the back are made to be durable. So as you're rolling it through terrain, dirt, cement, it should roll pretty well. Now, with this cooler and like all the other car refrigerators, it does have a DC outlet and plugs straight into the wall as far as powering it up goes. Now, inside of the cooler, because it's such a large cooler, this is going to take around 75 minutes to cool to its coolest temperature. So this is what it looks like. Okay, there's no divider in between. It's just all one cooler. In addition to that, this is going to be able to cool down all the way to 0 degrees. But again, because it's such a large cooler, about 80 quarts, it's going to take around, I'd say, an hour to an hour and 15 minutes to actually cool to its coolest temperature. That is assuming if you just keep the lid closed. So this right here, it's great if you need a lot of space. It's great if you're stationary with it. It's going to be able to hold a lot of things. But I'd say after having used this for quite a while, this is the type of cooler where I'll be taking when it comes to long camping trips or long outdoor trips. I probably wouldn't take this cooler for like one-day events, meaning like let's say I'm going to the beach for a couple hours. This probably wouldn't be my first choice. Now with this cooler though, you can 2-person carry it or 2-handle carry it. But really, if space is kind of your deciding factor, definitely check this out. 80 quart cooler. This is going to be able to carry or house a lot of different things. In addition to that, you could also just pull it with the handle that you see right over here if you do need to drag it anywhere. And the handle does feel okay. I do wish there was more of a rubberized grip, but it does the trick. Now, moving on to the next cooler that we have this cooler from Shiny Lamp. So this is a 12-volt car refrigerator. It is going to be able to house about 53 quarts or 50 liters. So to me, this cooler is pretty high tech, okay? This for me would be the all-around standard cooler that I really like. And so with it, The handles feel really nice. They feel very high quality and feel very durable. How it opens, like the latching mechanism just feels nice. It feels a lot more higher quality compared to other coolers that I've used. You do have a divider mechanism in the center here. And there also is an app associated with this cooler as well in order to control the temperatures and see what the temperature of the cooler is also. You also have an LED light right over here in case you're opening this when it's dark. How it closes, it's not as clunky as other coolers that I've used. Now over here, you do have the other side to the handle, and in case you need to pull it, you've also got a longer handle as well. So with the longer handle, you do of course have two wheels on one side so that you can actually easy carry this. Now the controls here, it's like any other portable car fridge where you have the temperature controls, then you have the power button, and you have an eco mode and a max efficiency mode. In addition to that, this cooler is able to lock itself. So in case someone touches the screen, it's not going to adjust the settings. Now I do want to mention on the top that out of all the coolers, this one looks really, really neat. It kind of looks more high tech in my opinion. You do got also some slots here or some ridges to kind of hold your drinks. But with that being said, it's able to cool down all the way to negative 13 degrees. So if you're looking for like a standard size cooler, that's still going to take up a lot of room or still take up a decent amount of room, but also you're able to place multiple things. And also if you want to keep things divided, definitely check this cooler out. Again, this is the cooler from Shiny Lamp. Now with this cooler from Shiny Lamp, because of its size and how much space it has to cool, it's probably going to take like 50 to an hour to cool it down to 0 degrees. But that's pretty much normal just because of the space that this cooler is able to hold and such. In addition to that, just like all the other coolers, this portable car fridge is going to be able to be powered by plugging into the wall like what you see over there. And it's also going to be able to be powered by your car via a DC outlet. Now, the last cooler that we have is this one from Alpacool. This to me is the portable car fridge where you want it to stay in your car and it's not going to take up a lot of room. So this is what the Alpacool portable car fridge looks like. It's very lightweight. It's going to be able to hold around, I'd say, 8 to 12 bottles or cans. There aren't dedicated handles, although there are handles at the bottom kind of. It's like ridges, so it makes it easy for you to grip. So on down below here. In addition to that, opening it up, it just opens up like that. So you've got one compartment. So this is where you're going to be placing all your drinks. And you do have the temperature controls here. And this is going to be able to cool down all the way to negative 4 degrees. You have the power button, and you also have the settings option right over there for an eco and max efficiency mode. So this to me is a great option if you're looking to not take up a lot of space. Maybe you want to keep this in your car permanently and just keep things cold and fresh, but definitely check this out. So as far as which cooler I think is best, I feel like all of them serve a different purpose. If you're looking for a portable car refrigerator or cooler or electric cooler that you just want to carry for a quick trip to the beach, definitely check this one out. What I like about this one is that it is a one-handed carry. It only cools down to 40 degrees though, but if you don't need things frozen and you just want to keep things cool, this will do the trick. In addition to that, the one from Aviation, you can easily tuck away the wires so that you don't lose them. Now, if you need to store a lot of things and you don't plan on moving your cooler a lot, definitely check this one from Uhomi. This one from Uhomi is going to be an 80-quart portable car refrigerator. It's got handles. It's got a very, very large carrying capacity that you see right over here. It's got a nice latching system, and with it, it's going to be able to hold the most amount of things compared to all the other coolers that we have here. Now, this next cooler that you see here is this one from Shiny Lamp, and this to me is like the standard portable car refrigerator. So with this standard portable car refrigerator, it's got a decent amount of room, and it's also going to take a moderately decent amount of space, but it's also got app control. So what I mean by app control is that you could actually use your phone to check the temperature. And it's also got a dual cooling zone. So if you want some stuff to be separated, you've got this mechanism here. The LED light is going to be really useful for when reaching things at night. And with it, you can also roll it, or you can actually two-handle carry as well. So you've got one handle here, and you've also got the pulling handle right over here as well. So the pulling handle and the other carrying handle as well. Now, if you need a cooler that's just permanently going to stay in your car, definitely check the one from Alpacool. This one's not going to take up a lot of room, and because you just simply want drinks or your food to stay fresh, definitely check this cooler out. So the top is going to latch open just like that. It easily cools down because there's not a lot of space, so it can really quickly go down to negative 4 degrees. With it though, definitely check this one out. Great for small spaces and for permanently staying in your car. But with that being said, guys, I hope you guys found this video helpful. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.